How to make Helsinki hat. You will need big loop yarn and size 35 or 36 knitting needles. We start with a slip knot. Then this is your first stitch that you put on the needle, and then we start casting on. There's different cast on methods. This one is called backward loop. This is the simplest way to cast on. Now we count the stitches to make sure that we have 16 loops on the needle. And then you want to make sure that you just spread the stitches around so that you have some stitches on each needle, and make sure you don't twist. Just double check that all stitches are facing in the same direction before you connect. Okay, once you're sure everything looks good, you start knitting. So insert the needle, yarn over, pull it through the loop, and take it off the needle. So it's very simple, just 4 steps. Insert the needle, yarn over, pull it through the loop, and take it off the needle. Great. In, yarn over, pull it through the loop, and take it off. And it helps to have about 3 or 4 stitches on the needle just to make things easier. Okay, in, yarn over, pull it through the loop, and take it off. And just keep pushing the stitches. Yes, like so. In, yarn over, pull it through the loop, and take it off. In, make sure you always insert the needle at a 90-degree angle so that the needles make a cross. Make sure that they're not put in any other direction. It will just confuse you. Okay, pull the yarn out, take it off, insert the needle, always from left to right. Needles are perpendicular. Pull the yarn through the loop, and take it off. In, yarn over, pull it through the loop, and take it off. Don't try to pull the yarn. You don't want your tension to be getting too tight. In, yarn over, pull it through the loop, take it off. In, over, out, move. In, over. So this is your last stitch. The tail end marks the beginning of every round. So this is how you know that you're going to get started on the next round and you're at the end of the previous one. You can also use a stitch marker, so just a piece of string that you can tie to the needle. This way, when you get to the end of the round, it's clearly marked. And so you just leave it on the needle and keep going. You're not using it to knit, it's only there to mark the rounds. And then you just keep using the same knit stitch to knit the rest of the hat. So we're going to count the number of rounds. The tail end marks the beginning of every round. So that horizontal line we don't count. Then you see these identical diagonal lines going all the way up. You skip the first one and start counting from the next and count every single one of them, including the one on the needle. So you should have exactly 11 rounds. For round number 12, instead of putting the needle through just one stitch, we're going to put it through 2 stitches at the same time. The rest of the stitch is the same. So here we go. In, through 2 stitches, yarn over, pull it through, and take it off. So not through one. See, this is wrong. You want to make sure that you insert the needle through 2 stitches at the same time. So this is called knit 2 together. And the abbreviation is K2TOG. You can have knit 3 together, knit 4 together. All that number means is how many stitches you put the needle through. And then we just keep going to the end of the round. So knit 2 together. You're going to go from 16 stitches to 8. Okay, now we're at the end. The tail end marks the beginning of the round. So you know you're at the end and you now have 8 stitches on the needle. The last round is all just regular knit. So we're just knitting 8 stitches. And this is how you get the top of the hat to have a decrease. So now we finished the last round. You can leave about 8 inches or so and cut the yarn. So now what we're going to do is take that end and put it through the stitches just one by one. So you put it through the stitch and take it off the needle. If we just take the needle and take it out, the whole thing will unravel. So we need to take it stitch by stitch and put them on that tail end. And we just keep going all the way around. So when you're done, you just need to pull the string just gently. This yarn is pretty thick, so just carefully pull it out and just tighten it. Like so. And then we want to secure the end. So make a little knot. And now we just want to push this tail end to the inside of the hat. So this way it looks nice and clean. Your tail end is inside the hat. What you can do here, you can just trim it. You don't really need it to be that long. So you want to leave a couple inches, and then the remaining tail, you just tuck it in. This is called weaving in. So this way it doesn't come out. We're almost done. We just have one more end. So here we're going to weave it in just along the edge of the hat, and then you can kind of go inside and tuck it in on the inside so that it doesn't come out. And that's it. You're done with your Helsinki hat.